Bonjour tout le monde. Je m'appelle Wheat Ease. Hey everybody, this is me, 80s, Erin. How's everybody doing tonight? How was your week? I'm feeling a little français, so I'm kind of all in stripes and not a beret because those are très gauche, but you know what I'm saying. Here I am. Here to talk about episode 5 of this season of The Amazing Race. I would love to be able to say I saw the whole episode, but something about some guy who was trying to come into my city, and then a bunch of people stood outside and said, "You can't come," and then he didn't come, and then the news people talked about it, ate up 5 minutes of the episode. So I don't know. Something happened, and they got a bunch of clothes, and they started making MC Hammer references, which I was like, oh my god, that's almost the 80s. Like, please, Hammer, don't hurt me. It's like early 90s, but I missed the reference because some politics business cut in my first 5 minutes. So I hope you guys saw it, and I hope you can tell me, post it on my wall, whatever you want to do, tell me what happened. But they were wearing really cool outfits, and they were in Chamonix, France still, and they had to find a car by matching license plates, and then drive to Les Grandes Montées Gondola Station, where they had to grab a baguette and then find a gondola. Well, I gotta tell everybody, you had me at baguette, you lost me at gondola. 80s is pretty fearless. I can swim with sharks. I can juggle chainsaws. I can eat blowfish. I can hang out with Hootie and the blowfish, but heights is not my thing. So that would have been tough. But they had to take a gondola ride up to the very top of Mont Blanc, not the Pen. And they had to, then one person had to rappel or pull yourself on this ropey thing from one terrifying mountain peak to another one and grab a clue and then pull themselves back. Interestingly, YouTube stars are afraid of heights, which is why I know I'm a YouTube star because I'm also afraid of heights. So I fit right in with them all. There's a lot of boohooing, a lot of nail biting, a lot of petulant snow pummeling as they had to decide who was going to go across the snow, which I, again, would have fit in really good had I been on the show. I would have boohooed it with the best of them. Maybe been the best boohooer. But whatever, I'm not there. Ashley of Bernie and Ashley dropped her clue and had to do it all again, which probably would have happened to me, but it would have been really good television. I would have really, really just chewed the scenery, having to go back and forth a couple of times. And then once they did that, they saw that they had a detour. They either had to do dynamite or campsite. Dynamite was they had to bring lunch and dynamite, because they go hand in hand, eating and blowing things up, to some dude who just stands on top of the mountain all day and blows it up. I don't know. It didn't seem exciting to me, but maybe they were cute. So, I mean, some eye candy in France. Ooh la la, la belle robe. And campsite, they had to set up like a survival tent, that if they got stuck in the Mont Blanc wilderness and had to survive, they could do it with the snow like building on the sides and everything. Everybody did dynamite except for Bernie and Ashley, who did the campsite because they have kids, pup tents, yada yada. Well, they don't live in the Swiss Alps, so it's a little harder to set up campsite when you're freezing and you're like up to your hips in your hammer pants in snow. It's a little difficult. So they really biffed this one. They almost actually got themselves out of the race because of it. Scott and Blair, I'm not going to apologize for everything I've said to you, but you really did kind of, you raised a few notches this episode. Good on you. And Zach was freaking out, and good old Blair, he was afraid of heights, said, "Pretend it's magic." And Zach just kind of looked at her blankly, which I have a feeling maybe she gets a lot of blank stares for the stuff she says. I don't want to say anything. I said it. Don't hate me, Blair. I'd love to be on your YouTube station. I could do beauty tips. Look at this scarf. I fashioned it myself. I mean, come on. Look at me. I can do things. And then they had to go to the Plan Praz gondola station, and the roadblock was who feels the wind beneath their wings. So basically, one person had to go up and then parasail down terrifying mountaintops looking for a Yeti. And what is he holding? Oh, it's a French flag. And they made it really easy. The guy goes, "What the flag was the Yeti holding?" Well, it's not going to be like Jamaica. I mean, it's probably going to be the country they're in, France, unless there is a official country of the Yeti. I'm not sure. At this point, I was thinking, is this the Amazing Race or is this Fear Factor? I mean, is Joe Rogan gonna come in and like make you eat like live grasshoppers or something? It was the most terrifying episode in the Amazing Race history for someone who's afraid of heights, like me and all my other YouTube star fans. So the interesting thing about this is you didn't just have to throw your body off a parasail off the Swiss Alps. You had to do it with a running start through like seriously like 4 feet deep snow. And if you fell, you had to start over again, and then the next person got to take their turn. Well, this proved to be detrimental 2 times. Number one, Brody and Kurt were like in the lead, but due to a snafu, Corey got to parasail down first, taking the lead, and they won a trip for 2 from Travelocity to the Philippines. They always get a massage. They always stay in a resort, a paradise resort. It's kind of the same trip, just insert a different country. But hey, I'm not complaining. I would go to the Philippines. I would go to like Phillips Petroleum. I would go to Philip Phillips' house, the winner of American Idol. I'd go whatever. Phil Hogan's house. I'd go anywhere, anything. Um, the second time it happened, well, it happened a couple times, but the other detrimental time was when Erin could not get it going, and she kind of biffed it too many times, and then they got in last place, guys. The entertainment reporters had to go home. They scooped themselves, I guess. um, this was a tough leg. I'm not, usually I'm kind of like, I could have done it. I could have done it. I would have been um, urinating myself. I would have been just liquids would have been coming out of many of my things. I would have been crying. I would have been snotting. I still would have gotten first place, but it would have been tough. And I would have been like, you know what, Phil, this time it was tough. So again, the winners this week to me are Scott and Blair. You finished 4th place. So I think the first time you haven't finished second to last. So please tune in next week. I hope it continues to be exciting. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you want, go to my Pinterest page to learn how I did the scarf thing, because it's easy, it's breezy. You know, it's bringing in the spring. We got a little bit of shamrock for St. Patrick's Day. I'm just kind of covering all angles. So until next week, 80s coming at you. I love you guys. Keep sending me the emojis. You guys are making my week. Peace out.